late, which is, I'd like to say isn't like me, but it kind of is, unfortunately. I managed to be late on a few live streams, but so far, this is the first time I've been late to a Mustard in the Kitchen live stream. Now let me go and get my cup of tea. So what I have here is an ordinary cup of tea in the dad cup. Ordinary tea, ordinary milk, ordinary water. In about half an hour, I shall be having one that's a little bit less than ordinary. Gosh, I'm stumbling over my words. Now, I had to pop to Asda. I don't mind that because Asda do a couple of things that the likes of Lidl don't really do. And that is big bags of ginger. Ginger is something I do like to cook with quite a bit. And what caught my eye about this particular bag is the size of the pieces of ginger. It's like new potatoes. And I thought, oh, that's rather excellent. That means less waste. And then I thought, what about some crystallized ginger? Crystallized ginger was always one of my absolute favourite sweets ever. To the extent where the last time I made it, I gave myself toothache eating it because I just couldn't stop eating it. That's not going to stop me now. So what I'm going to do is simply make some. Where's the special sharp knife? There it is. In the usual traditional style, what I would like to do is say hello to who is here first, though, of course. And, oh gosh, there's quite a few, isn't there? Barry Scrotter is here, and he says, sounds interesting. Some things do. And Dick Dastardly, good evening. All Captain M, coming on 5 minutes later than previously. I wonder what he's doing in those 5 minutes. Well, actually, the only reason for being a bit 5 minutes later, because I quite like the regular time, but the reason for that was I just didn't get back from the shop until only about 10 minutes ago. The guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here. Good evening, or morning, or afternoon to all of you people. And that's very nice of him to say, isn't it? Yes, Karen is here too. So it's Barry and Karen. Dino Dad, I'm up and about this morning. I made cauliflower cheese with bacon last night. Wonder why? Was delish. Well, that is fabulous. Are you really saying that you made that because of watching me do it? Well, if you are, thank you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, thank you. My name is Rosanna is here. Hello, Rosanna. And Mighty Cat Mods. Ginger Cat. Ginger. John Strudley is here. Hey, Mustard, mate and chat. Hello. Guy from SETI Alpha. Yes, John. Do you know, John, I'm sorry. You did send me a message the other day and I haven't got around to answering it. But I did listen to it and I'm glad that you're feeling quite a bit more positive. And better today. And there we go. Caught up the comments already. Wasn't that a quick one? And Bad Bucks is here as well. You may gather that the first thing to do with the ginger is to cut it up and to take the skin off, take these rough edges. Well, guess what? It's not. The first thing to do is to take it out of the back. So there we go. I mean, look at that. That is a nice big piece, that, isn't it? And hopefully, now I find that ginger is quite wasteful, but I can't remember who it was who told me you can always just use a spoon to remove the skin. The only trouble with that is that unless it's really dry, it doesn't really work. Whereas this does. Well, I mean, obviously cutting it gets rid of skin, doesn't it? It will do. Perhaps I should have done this first, but then it would have been even later in this live stream, wouldn't I? Nice big piece, and cut that end off because we want just the soft bits that haven't been exposed to air. Now imagine if all of this crystallized ginger were pieces that big. Who'd like that? Who'd like it? I would. Although I'm not going to do it because they're too big. Let's use 2 chopping boards. Oh, I'll tell you what, no, what I could do is just put the, I don't know what I'm doing here, I'm confused. I've got myself confused already and I've only just started. What's wrong with the skin, you may be asking? And I'm going to have to ask the same thing myself because actually I don't even know. Is there anything wrong with ginger skin? Because I don't think there is. That's how big I'm going to do my ginger pieces. That big, which is quite big, I reckon. Now, how much would it take to have what would be kind of traditionally a bag of ginger, a bag of crystallized ginger? I reckon it's only really going to be probably about 3 pieces about that big, and that's your lot. I apologise, it's probably not the most interesting thing to be watching at all, really, is it? But I've got to get started, haven't I? And there we go. That's probably not too far off 1 bag already. Wow, there's 29 people watching me cut up ginger. Is that a good thing or not? I reckon it probably is. Come on, man. Learn to talk at the same time. What is it about not being able to multitask? All I'm doing is cutting up ginger. It's not like I'm doing sums or trying to recite the alphabet backwards in Greek, is it? I mean, then it would be difficult to multitask, but I'm not. I'm just simply using a sharp knife and a chopping board. Maybe it's a sensible thing to keep quiet, I don't know. There we go. There's that much. Now, there isn't really any point in just doing that much because obviously this is going to cost the same amount in gas whether we do that much or the whole bag. So I might as well do the whole bag, haven't I? 43 people watching. Oh, wow, wonderful that is indeed. And I'm going to quickly lose track of comments here, aren't I, whilst I'm cutting up ginger. So I will just rattle on. You people can talk amongst yourselves, ask questions that I might be able to get around to in a bit. And in the meantime, if you haven't, do a like. Oh yes. Now, somebody tried to make me feel guilty for suggesting that you should do a like on a live stream, but I don't feel guilty. Why should I? I'm only suggesting that you do something. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Surely not. Yeah? No, I really don't think there is. So there's quite a few people here already, isn't it? 52. 52 is good going. I mean, I'm quite happy about that. Some nice big pieces now as well. Let's cut that rough end off of there. Really nice big pieces. Has anybody tried this before, making crystallized ginger? Or is there anybody in the chat that doesn't even like it? Probably is, actually. And this one. Trouble is, this is a bit more tricky than doing onions because of the different ways you've got to move your knife around. It's not as straightforward. Oh, that bit's got a bit of skin left on it. Oh dear. So's that bit. Just as well, put the heat on yet. This is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm really not doing much of a live stream at the moment, so I'm going to just put that bit up and say that. Oh no! I'll tell you what. Let's do this piece as well. I just don't really want to just do one small bit of it, you see. But I also don't. There will be plenty of time for chatting and stuff as soon as I do this, because this is going to be on simmer for what, half an hour. Half an hour is what you need just to cook the ginger, and then another half an hour after that to crystallize it with sugar. Another thing that is good with this is lemon juice, straight out of the lemon. But unfortunately, I haven't got one, and I didn't even think to get one or buy one or whatever it is you do with them. I think you buy them, don't you? So I can't do that. But I have considered, what about an alternative to lemon? An alternative to lemon. What could we have there? I can tell you. Coriander. Yeah, coriander. Coriander seed, where the fresh citrusy flavour that it has is still locked up in the seeds, so that when you cook them, you get a really fantastically vibrant flavour coming out, and that is very appealing to me. I'll do this one as well, I reckon, and then I'm going to say that, oh shite, I'm going to give myself an injury with the knife then. I don't think anyone needs to see that, do they? Come on, come on. Oh, well, that was a bit of a wedge. Sorry, Ginger. Yeah, unfortunately, there's still quite a bit of waste involved in doing this. Now, those are the super big pieces. Super big pieces of ginger. Good idea. Now, what do we do to increase the boiling temperature? To increase the boiling temperature of water, we add salt. But would that really be a good idea with this? No, it wouldn't. So I'm not going to. Why would I do that? Let's jump up. Hey, stupid man. Now I've got this far in, I'm almost expecting to see in the comments somebody saying something really useful, like boil it with the skin on and then just peel it off when you're finished. So it's actually a lot easier. Right, okay, so let's see who's going on and what's going on. It's quite a lot by the looks of it. And that's what I was up to. Got any cheese today, Captain? No, no cheese for me today. No cheese at all. Have I had any cheese today? No, I haven't. No, I had chili that I made a few days back, and that didn't have any cheese on it. You don't need cheese on everything. I should think, says Dick Dastardly, it should all get chucked in. Eh? I think it should all get chucked in yesterday. What's that then? All the cheese, all right. Oh, I see. Can you make a cheese thing with ginger? Don't think it works somehow, really. I'm quite keen on doing things that don't really work and see what they do, and then end up thinking that they do after all. I keep a jar of freshly cut ginger garlic blended with water. It's for my curries and saves time. says Dino Dad. It does. It does actually, yeah. Hans is here. Do you know Texas? Yeah, I know where Texas is. Boys. Texas boys. Yeah. Oh, right, it was my cousin. Oh, right, yeah, Texas. Was that from the other day, wasn't it? Somebody from Texas. I live in the UK and told me about this YouTube channel. Oh, cool. That's interesting. This word is spreading, you see. It's worthwhile spreading the word, isn't it? It's worthwhile spreading the word. Because some people like this kind of thing. He's going to be a dad, so congratulations to him. Oh, yes, indeed. Another Texas boy then, yeah. I'm tempted to grow some ginger in a pot, says Barry. I was tempted to grow things in pots, but then the trouble is, a lot of the time, it ends up just being really cheap anyway. Like onions, chilies. I used to grow chilies, but now they're just so cheap to buy a big bag of them that it's a bit pointless. Diane Hook is here. Hello, Diane Hook. My cousin is called Max, says Hans. Diane, are you from Texas? I think she was, wasn't she? Mentions lemons reminds me of homemade ginger beer. Oh, yes. Of which I might have talked about in the past. My homemade ginger beer. Or are you talking about your homemade ginger beer? Either way, it's a good idea. Ginger beer, proper ginger beer, not ginger flavoured beer, but ginger beer made from ginger. That is good. Oh yes, yes. Makes me want to make it again actually, but not tonight. I live on the moon, says Diane Hook, which is quite a long way off. It's a very long way off. It's 240,000 miles away. But yet, you're managing to tune into this live stream, which is amazing. Shows that anyone in the world could be doing it because nobody's as far off as what you are, Diana. If God gives you ginger, make ginger beer, I guess, says Dino Dad. And indeed, I will agree to that one. I'm going to visit him soon. Right. Oh, right. Was that girl dad cooking up the deliciousness? Good day, Mustard, and everyone in chat, and good day to you too. Barry says, Mustard's from Scotland, he knows Charlie's potatoes. Oh, right. That's the Texas that you're thinking of. Okay. Hans, isn't your cousin's brother also your cousin? Let's not make assumptions here. Not related, but right, yeah, he's from Texas. Oh, the Greenwood is here. Hello. Evening Paul. What's happened to your incidental music that I saw on the PM channel the other night? I liked and commented on one, but the next morning they're all gone. Well, let me just go through that first. Actually, the Greenwood, Tracy. I put 10 10-minute videos, which equated to, an hour and 40 minutes worth of music that I've made up over the past, 3 years really, for the Nigel videos. And I think it might have confused a few new people because I lost 7 subscribers overnight, and I thought, this isn't good. And then a particular person who we do see on our live streams an awful lot said something rather confusing about them, which I did take as being quite insulting, but I did ask him and he never replied, so I just deleted his comment. I thought, sod you. Normally I'm rather tolerant, and that's the first time I've ever deleted a comment, but it did kind of annoy me somewhat. So what I did is I set them all on unlisted and then went into my Facebook group and just posted a link there. So if you want the Mustard music, join the Project Nigel Facebook group, and you can anyone that's on there can hear it from there. Okay. Oh, we're down to 11. Gosh, that's not very good. And also, right, I need to keep my eye on this time-wise, because it's almost about to simmer there. So I'm going to turn it down and then say 8:45. I should turn it off. I'm going to be really, really late editing tonight, I can tell you. I did indeed it right. Same here. However, I looked for the PM Facebook. Right. A link to the playlist. Perhaps Captain will mention it. Right. Yes. Yeah, that's where it is. I need to join the PM Facebook group. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Everybody's welcome, provided that I like them and I like you. I like most people, and I've just seen you put a request in to join, and as soon as I finish with this, I shall obviously accept you in there. But I can't do it at the moment because it would knock this live stream off, and that wouldn't be a good idea. Barry Scrotter, yeah, I did make a batch of ginger beer once in pop bottles. Delicious. Warning, open pop bottles daily to release the gas. Right, hang on. Yes, I deleted and blocked someone who was being irritating on my channel a couple of weeks back. I know the feeling. I don't normally. I'm normally, like I said, very tolerant of people. I'm happy for people to be different to me. But I don't like it when people suggest I should be different and then complain when I am. Anyway, let's not go any further into it. Dennis Waterman looks good today. I'm tired now, but still nothing much to do before work tomorrow. How have I managed to do this? How have I managed to catch up with all those comments so quickly? That's amazing. Well, as I have caught up with the comments, then, we can start again. I've caught up at a time where there's nobody watching, and all I've got to do now is just leave this to simmer. If I caught up before and then started chopping up the ginger, that would have been more of an appropriate time, wouldn't it? But now it's not. That makes me want to chop up some more ginger. But then, of course, I can't put it in there because it will basically cook at a different time, which won't really work, will it? Still don't know how this works. When I was chopping this stuff up, I was chopping it up, and I got to something like 80 viewers. And that's where all these comments started coming in. And it made me panic. I thought, I can't just let people not be answered. So I did it quickly, and then they've all gone. So what was the point of that? Well, they're nearly all gone now. There's almost as many people like this live stream as what there is watching it. That is spectacular. Oh. Anyway, the guy from SETI Alpha 5 says, I'm tolerant of people, but not when they are ungrateful, degrading. Oh, I'm degrading as well. Karen took one look and said, this person's channel, and said, delete and block. They're a waste of space. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, well, actually, like I said, I don't really even notice it half of the time. On your YouTube comments, there are hidden comments that YouTube does for you. If they think that maybe it's got something in there that you don't really want to see, they'll hide it, and then you've got the option to see it if you want to go looking. So the hidden comments, I don't really have very many in there, and in all honesty, usually they've been put in there and they don't really need to be. As if somebody uses a swear word. Or says something that really is in jest, it still ends up in there. And then you've got to go and dig it back out again, which, it's not great hardship. I suppose really it's a better thing for the kind of channel that has 100,000 subscribers rather than 5, or in this case, 700. Don't forget to switch all comments from top chat. Right, yes, I see. Top chat, live chat. All right, yeah, it does look like I missed a few then. Or have I? I don't know. No, I don't think I have actually. Oh, Barry's. No, I don't think I have. Top chat and live chat. Some messages, such as potential spam, may not be visible, and all messages are visible. Right. So, for the moment, really, I don't mind. Maybe what you need to do is change from top chat to live chat, depending on the amount of people doing the doing. If, like I was before, actually doing some doings, then the best thing to do is not be distracted by it. But it's too late for that now. Evening Mustard, says Steve Perry, and good evening to you. Equally good evening to you, Steve Perry. Dan Peters, evening Captain Mustard. Hope you're well and had a long day. Oh, well, I've had a long day, but glad to join the live, and I'm glad to have you here as well. What have you done today? What have you done? What have you people done today? Have you done anything interesting? Anything that you haven't done before? Because most days you do tend to have slightly different from what you've had before. And if you haven't, or if you have, you can tell me. And if you'd like, I'll tell you what I did today before you see it on the video. Oh, got an itchy ear again. Always happens. Oh, not good. Ugh. I think I seem to have a particular batch of tea bags that always burst really easily and leave choking away on the things. It's disgraceful. I remember something actually. Something I haven't done so far, which normally I would have done by now, is feed the old fishies. So I might just do that in a second. They do need to be fed. I had a day off work and drove to Peterborough with a friend to look at a Transit Connect. On the way home, we've run out of diesel. And had to bleed the system as air locked in there. Managed to get it going again. It's not a good idea running out of fuel, is it? It's really not a good idea. It can be rather disappointing. So, he wants to see the fishies get fed. I mean, they will go mad for this now because you can see that they are all rather active at the moment. But if I stand here, they're going to be thinking I'm coming over here to feed them. And then if I stand over there, they'll do exactly the same thing over there. But if I then do, oh gosh, that was, you'll see them all go then. Yes, hello. I'll show them this. Yay, who wants some of this? Who's hungry? Are you hungry? Yes, you are. Ready, and there you go. And then another big pinch. I'm going to splash out of the water to get that. Yeah, they're having a great time with that food actually. A lot more than normal. You choking on tea leaves reminded me of that. That I need to let's go back and rewatch the old lunch video picnic bench where you trimmed your beard in the wind and it blew all over. Didn't blow all of his. I didn't trim the beard in front of him, did I? I don't remember that. Are you sure? Are you sure I didn't just trim it earlier on? And then I might have been just having a bit of a brush like that, and he said, "Hey, don't do that. You're playing all over my chips." My impression of him's getting a bit worse, actually, isn't it? Not better. So how are we doing with the old ginger then? Look, can you smell it? Yeah, you probably can't, actually. In fact, you definitely can't, because smells don't work like that. Some say it adds flavour to the chips. Well, what kind of flavour though? I mean, probably not the kind of flavour that you want. Filamentous biomaterial flavoured chips. Ew. Ew. I suppose if you set fire to your beard whilst somebody else is eating chips, and the little bits of beardiness go off and onto the chips, then that might smell like, might taste like bacon, because obviously everybody knows that hair on fire smells like bacon, so it could be the same thing, couldn't it? No, he was on the phone or something, and you went, "Oh shit!" And it wasn't where you were trimming the beard on the vid. Yeah, yeah. How's Periwinkle? Asks Steve Perry. Periwinkle, the smallest of the fishes. That was right, wasn't it? Now, where is it? Where is it? Shall we see? This there. There it is. You probably can't see it from there because it's so diddy. It's way too diddy a fish to really be noticed. He wasn't on the pick. He was way off screen on the Lewis. Oh, right, I see. The trouble is, there's been so many video clips that we've done together that I can't remember what's actually happened in them now. I shall re-watch and remind myself of the weekend, of the weekend anyway. Boaty left in a... I'm struggling to read again here, aren't I? Boaty left it in it and didn't mention it. Did he not notice? Maybe he just didn't notice. Although you'd imagine he would do. So, anyway, how about, well, kind of think about some nice ginger tea then. Has anybody tried ginger tea before? Anybody? Anybody tried it? I haven't. The last time I did this, I didn't actually make tea with it. I just had the ginger itself. And that was nice. But the ginger tea might be a real treaty thing indeed. Although, what else do you do? Just drink the water as it is. Just drink the water, add a bit of sugar to it. I mean, I did think, like, you know, you have to do crystallized ginger, you need ginger and sugar. That's the main two ingredients. But one of the problems with sugar, of course, is that it's not particularly good if you're prone to toothache, or if you're prone to any illness like that. Not illness, if you're prone to anything like that, it can actually bring it on, and that's not nice. So what about using honey instead? Because obviously honey can't really give that effect, can it? You can't end up with a toothache through having honey, because it can't feed bacteria, because it's, you know, it's antiseptic. But would it taste right? Well, maybe I should give it a go. I mean, it's a bit of an expensive way of doing it as well, of course, isn't it? Whereas your granulated sugar is actually quite cheap. Honey isn't. Even the cheap stuff. How much would you need? Maybe a couple of spoonfuls would actually do the job. And this is all about experimentation anyway, so I've got to say I'm really tempted to do it that way. Never had a particular sweet tooth myself, so I've not really had much of an urge to be having. I like sweets, but I don't, I find them a bit addictive just at the time. But then I'd go like a week or 2 weeks and not have anything sweet at all. But this is more like the kind of thing I'll start eating it and just not really want to stop. So if I could have it with honey instead of sugar, then it might not cause any problems, and then I can just eat the whole bag of ginger and be perfectly happy with it. What do we reckon? I think it's going to be worth a go, hasn't it? Mighty Cat Mod says mint leaves and ginger tea is very good. I've never tried that. Never tried. Oh well, I've had mint leaves, but I've not tried it with that before. Barry Scrotter, MCM sounds nice. Oh right, Mighty Cat Mods, because Barry, you confuse me sometimes because you always do these initialisms of people's names, and then I just end up not having a clue who you're talking about. Oh look, James Sumner is here. Ah, brilliant. Hello, James Sumner. I'm glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. I presume you're going to be asking some of the same kind of questions today that you normally do, which help keep this live stream entertaining. So I'm looking forward to that, I can tell you. No, ginger pie. No, I'm not making ginger pie. I'm making crystallized ginger. No pie involved. How was your dinner last night? Oh, now we're talking about the cauliflower cheese, aren't we? The cauliflower cheese, which actually didn't show you a picture of it once it was cooked, and perhaps I should have done. It was very, very good indeed. I was very, very happy with it, and I will recommend exactly as I did that to anyone, unless you don't eat bacon. And even if you do, I'm just going to remind you that it's not as good without it, because it was super duper excellent. Oh yes. Let me see your fish, says James Sumner. James is a very, very direct to the point, just asks questions and tells me what to do. And sometimes I think that's what I need. I need somebody to just tell me what to do so I can just do it. So there we go. I'm just going to do exactly what you said. You've missed the feeding time though. There was all having a proper good dart around there, collecting the food bits and having a jolly good time just a second ago. Mind you, I only give him a bit, so maybe should have given him a bit more. I'll give him a bit more food, and you can see that. Does it want some more though? Do you want some more food? Yeah. Do you want some more? Yes, it looks like they do. There we go. Oh, another cup of tea. But I'd rather just wait for this first, I think. You a veggie, says James Sumner. Oh yeah, you asked. No, I'm not a vegetarian. I've just told you I put bacon in my cauliflower cheese. Why would I do that if I was a vegetarian? Unless, of course, I was just making it for somebody else. But I wasn't. I mean, I don't think I'd enjoy making food for somebody else that had ingredients in that I wasn't prepared to eat myself. Barry says, round the back of my garage, they're ripping out a 20-foot high privet hedge. The birds were going mental. Exciting as that. Poor birdies. Poor birdies. I bet they're not very happy about that. They've got to find themselves somewhere else to live now, haven't they? They've been evicted from that tree. That 20-foot high privet. Normally people keep privets as just hedges, don't they? So that about this kind of height instead. Poor little birdies. Do you know what kind of birds they were? What kind of birds live in a privet? Is it any old birds? I mean, they're usually going to be small ones, aren't they? You're not going to have privets full of eagles, especially in this country, because we don't really have eagles in this country. But I mean, it would be a rather interesting nest, wouldn't it? If you got a privet about this high, and of course they're really dense, aren't they? Like really sharp really gnarly bits of wood. You got a great big bird with a wingspan of about 6 foot trying to get inside there. I don't think that would work. Maybe that's why we don't have eagles in this country, because we have privets. Don't say my son. Don't say my surname. Okay, says James. Well, it's on your name. Okay, if your name is in not the description, if your name is there, you're saying it yourself, aren't you? Are you a bit of a silly boy? I want to go to the Imp Nation this year. I want to go to the Imp National this year. All that impy goodness in one place, but Sunbeam Imps. So is that the one you're talking about? I like those. We have eagles living on the tree. We have eagles living in the trees behind the farm. They must be rather big trees. Yeah, that hedge was a security for them. The old fella let it grow. He was disabled. Oh, look, Jimmy Quinn is here. Hello, Jimmy Quinn. Good to have you in. All of the birds used to use that shed, and our neighbour keeps owls. James Sumner says surname, and Barry Squatter says cool. Do you like pilau? Says James. Pilau rice, yeah, I do. And we're saying more to each other. Yes, yes, mustard. What? What was that? I don't know what that was now, Barry. Oh right, yeah, imps. See, this is the thing. You have too many things going on. But if your live stream is based on reading comments rather than actually cooking, then it can get confusing. Very confusing, especially for me. Imps of all variants. Never been before. The only thing is, I find that when you have a whole load of classic cars, you stop looking at them. Whereas when one passes you on the street or you're behind one, you really sort of look at it, and they're kind of spoiled by seeing too many of them. The green one says, yeah, don't say my surname either, even though it's literally my username. Hello, Jimmy. Hello. Do you have a garden? Asks James. Do I have a garden? I do wonder what it is you need. Have you got a garden, James? Have you? Have you got? Oh, there's a point. Didn't you tell me that he was 48 as well? A few days back, 48, and I didn't really believe you. So, what year was you born in? Can't touch this. Do you like Hammer MC music? Well, that might be showing your age a little bit. 1973. No, you can't be. No, 1973 would make you 51 this year. So, maybe you mean a different year. Maybe you mean 1976. You sure you don't mean 1976? Oh, look, Dick Dastardly is here. By all means, say either or both of my names. Balance on one leg and say them if you like. Balance on one leg and say, everybody try this, okay? Dick Dastardly. Try the other one. Dick Dastardly. That was fun. I should do that more often. I'll come to that in a minute. I am 41. Karen is 39. Says the guy from SETI Alpha 5. The Greenwood. I can't see the comments you read now. How odd. Can you not? Right, James Sumner now says no, 51. So, you meant to say 50 or 53. No, 53 or number 53. Is that the house you live at? Mustard got a butler. He's on call. He's called Boaty. Yes, he would be a good butler, wouldn't he? Be rather insulting butler though. The Greenwood, I get that. I'd totally leave them and to come back. Oh, right, I see, yeah. Yes. LMAO, you look like Lil Kung Fu, the guy from Retro Arcade there. That that was indeed fun. Oh, good. Right, I see. Remind me of Kung Fu Fighting, says Dick Dastardly. What's red and sits in a corner, asks James Sumner. And then Althea Khan. Hey, I'm from India and welcome to the live stream. Barry Scrotter, I'll get you, butler. I'll get you, butler. No, it's not I'll get you, isn't it? I thought it was I hate you. I hate you, butler. Ooh. The man with the moustache. He was the first person to make the Hitler look come back. I reckon was the conductor. We're gonna head off, says Barry and Karen. So good evening. Good evening. I don't mean good that you're going. I mean have a nice time. Wherever it is you're going, whatever it is you're doing, have fun. Thank you for being here. James says, when are you going to have a shave? Would that really be of interest to you? I mean, do you want to know? Because I might have one. Maybe I should do one now. Maybe you should do a live shave. Would that float your boat? Would you like to see that? Right. Maybe there's a book somewhere that somebody's written called Questions for Live Stream. And how old are you? Have you got a back garden? And when are you going to have a shave? They could be the kind of questions that are in there. I'd be interested to know. Where are you, by the way, James? What country? I've forgotten. What is this? Asks Julie Rodriguez. Well, Julie Rodriguez, I'm sure you was in a live stream the other day because that name seems really rather familiar. Really rather familiar indeed. So was you here the other day? If you was, it's going to be the same kind of thing. The Hitler look, Barry says. Barry Scrotter. Yes, would you agree that kind of slicked back hair and the big moustache and the grumpy looking eyes with the square, I mean, obviously you can't do too much about that. You can't change your eyebrows too much or the shape of your forehead. But it kind of made it okay again. So there was him, the guy from On the Buses, and then I think there was somebody else from what's that program called? Last of the Summer Wine. The tall chap. He had the Hitler look as well. And then of course the most famous one was the chap from the band Sparks. I can't remember his name now. But yeah, the man who played the keyboard. And he just looks like that. It was brilliant. Really, really interesting. Really different. Your beard, says James Sumner. My beard, yes. I didn't think you meant anything else. I mean, you could have meant my head or my legs even. I don't know. Did you mean my legs? Do you mean my chest? I had somebody asking me last night to take my t-shirt off. He'd have had a nasty surprise then. No to shaving, but you can take one sock off slowly. Oh, but can you take one sock off slowly? I can. And it will take, I'd have to do it slowly because it's stuck to my foot at the moment. Steve Perry says, when's this night in the Caravan happening? Well, I don't know. I haven't decided. Does anybody else think I should really do that? Should I make some preparations? Get myself geared up for it? What would I do in there? What would I do? Just do a live stream? Make a video, have some beer, take something to eat. Cooking's not really going to work in the caravan. What else could I do? Any ideas on what I could actually do in that caravan if I was to stay there? Tracy's afterburn is here. And can you say mogging for an edit, please? Yes, mogging. And I still haven't found out what this means for an edit. Does it have anything to do with subscriptions? Oh, hang on. Could it be a sample? So if you say, could you say mogging for an edit? That means that you're asking me to say it so you can lift out that audio to stick in something. Could it be that? Somebody's bound to know. I mean, enough people have said it, unless it's become one of those things that people just say without knowing why they're saying it, which is also quite likely, to be honest, isn't it? Last of the last of the summer wine is so gay, says James. Now, do you mean gay as in like happy and fun, or do you mean something else, which then would be seen as an insult? And an insult which is very difficult to really understand, because I didn't really see any of that kind of insulting behaviour, but not behaviour, anything what you could actually refer to it as being gay in that particular way. Nothing at all. And it's a very, very unusual thing for a man who's either 48 or 53 to say. It's more like the kind of thing somebody might say if they were 20 or 19. So, James, what country are you in? Ron Mile. Yeah, that's the man. Is that how you pronounce it? Male or mile? I can't remember and he still does, and that is not surprising. And I think I know he still does actually, but I'm glad you've just told me he still does. The other way I'm stood like this, I look like I'm playing the keyboard myself, but I'm not. Howdy, fellow mustardettes. Right? Russell, his brother, is the singer. I didn't know that actually. Reference a convoy you and Boaty had the other day. Does Dick Strawbridge grow moustache? Does Dick Straw grow? What? Does Dick Strawbridge grow his moustache? Mr. Scrotter, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I see. The person's comments that I can't see has blocked me. Wow. Right. Who's blocked you then, do you reckon? I wouldn't have thought there'd be any of that kind of thing going on here. I'd be very surprised. Adolf Hitler was in sparks, says Jimmy Quinn. That's what you think, isn't it? Can you take one sock off slowly whilst singing the Marseillaise? I'm not sure what that is. It's obviously a famous song. What phones do you have? Asks James Sumner. Wow, I only have one at the moment. You must know. Would you like it if I gave you it? How many questions would you like to ask? I mean, keep asking, but I can't guarantee you'll be getting the correct answer. I've got an iPhone 6 currently. What phones do you have? And then have sex. You could reflect in the caravan, says Dino Dad, and yeah, you're much like when I go on a bit of a road trip, especially if I'm by myself. I'll end up with lots of video footage where I'm just talking and things pop into my head. So it could be something like that, I suppose. Seems like quite a few people think it's a good idea anyway. Have you seen magnet fishing on YouTube? asks James. No, I haven't. I've never seen magnet fishing on YouTube, and I've never seen people do it, and I've never tried it either. It's just, I don't know. I just don't really find that very interesting. Going with a magnet, trying to pick up bits of metal out of the water. No, doesn't appeal to me, I'm afraid. For an edit, says the Greenwood, I'm looking forward to this, means they will do you a clip. Right, which is what I thought. A sample that makes it to their own vid. Make sure they credit you. Right, I see. Interesting. Right, okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't know who it was who did all this now, but yeah, whether they credited me or not, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Are you going to sample me as well? Keep the shaving for when you get sponsored by Manscaped. I will do exactly that. No, I'm not married to a horse, James. The credit for any edit should be Mustard Muff. Thank you for that. Take the guitar to the caravan with you. That's probably not a bad idea. The only thing is, if it's two things. One is it's very close to people's houses, and the other is that obviously the caravan has got quite a high humidity level, and that's not good for guitars. Well, it's not as high a humidity level as what the lockup is, though. Now, this has been in there long enough, so as I get to the end of the comments, I should make use of that time and do something else with it. That could be 1 minute or 4 or 2. I don't even know where I'm up to at the moment. What are you cooking tonight? Asks James Sumner. Well, the answer is, I'm just doing crystallized ginger. It's very, very easy. God, I know more about these than Mustard. The other day, you suggested boaty grow mustache. Why? Right. Okay, good question. But the real reason is that I think he would look stupid. And if it was to go ahead and do it, I would tell him he looks great, just to make sure he keeps on doing it. Then again, that would suggest that he would be somewhat, encouraged to please me, which I don't think he would. And I don't think he'd believe me. But I'm still going to try it anyway. Maybe what I should do is see if he does grow a moustache, tell him he looks stupid, and then he'll keep it. If I tell him he looks stupid, he'll take that as a double bluff, and then he will look stupid because he won't get rid of it. Then again, maybe he'll look really good with it. Some men do, like Peter Bowles. Yes, I feel the same. Right, Barry, James Sumner is going now. So, okay, have a nice rest of your evening. Marseillaise, is that how you pronounce it? Marseillaise is the French national anthem. No, I'm sorry for being ignorant there. I didn't know that's what it was called. East and Blue, your favourite takeaway. Oh, Istanbul it is. Istanbul. Your favourite takeaway. Live stream in the caravan and your hedgehog of truth for company. Brush your yellow teeth. Not yellow. They're perfectly white. Look. They're not yellow. They might not look white compared to the properly white walls, but then they shouldn't be, because that is not the colour of teeth, unless they're not actually yours. You never answered that anyway. You never told me where you were from. And I think you should before you go. You strange chap. The mirrors. Hello, Custard, says Rover Joe. Oh gosh, it's good to have you here, Joe. Thank you very much. Would you like me to Would you like me to? Ow! Oh, my neck! Ow! Joe, would you like me to say mogging for an edit? Snagged Brothers is best fishing channel. Ah, right, okay. I'm going to sleep. You're going to sleep at this time. That's quite early. I'm bloody clapping as you got the good. Are we going to sample me? I think the Muffettes, Mustard Fan Club members, need this on a loop. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, make the most of that. Boaty with a moustache here would look like John Holmes. Do you reckon he'll do it? Do you reckon we can convince him into it? I mean, obviously, it would be rather suspicious if everybody started saying, "Oh, you really would look good with a moustache. You definitely should have one." How many will Tracy? Bye, James Sumner. Sorry, are you sure you use some name, James Sumner? Sorry, you blocked me. Oh, did he block you? Oh, hang on, I don't think he did. Not if you know that he's going. You only made baby know he's going because I've told you that he's going. Tell me if he's blocked you, because I find that quite funny actually. Because I don't think you've given him the slightest reason to do. Don't want teeth too white or you'll look like you've been to Turkey. No. Well, yeah, like I said, the thing is, properly white teeth are not real teeth, are they? Who's James Sumner, Tracy? Ah, don't tell me he's been blocking lots of people. Mogging edit, no way. The brother of Sting. Ah, right. I see. Mighty Cat Mod. So you can take one sock off slowly while singing the national anthem. So can you? Oh, no. I can't. I can't because I don't take socks off slowly as a rule. And singing the French national anthem wouldn't work. I'd have to sing it quickly, make a comedy joke out of it. If not, which national anthem would be possible? I used to really like from national anthems as well, but recently I've just kind of gone off them. So how about a mustard anthem instead? That's what I would do. All this white teeth stuff now is nonsense, especially if your teeth aren't actually discoloured that much anyway, which I don't think mine really are. I can't see James Sumner's at all now. Oh dear. I'll pay you to keep the socks on. I hate feet. You can't hate feet. What's the worst thing about feet? Maybe do you like the way they look? Are you are you just discomforted by the smell of them if they've not been washed? This so-called mogging. I wonder what Jacob Rees-Mogg would make of it. I don't think he likes it myself. I think Boat would like any teeth, even black, says Jimmy Quinn. Nice petrol cap, spray paint or wrap. Lovely colour. It was paint. I only really just thought about this recently, that the petrol filler flap, it kind of doesn't look that well. It looks like a very good contrast, but you couldn't really tell what colour it was. It was a very dark green, and I got plenty of paint knocking about, different colours, just rattle cans. There's no point in getting all the gear out for a piece that big, is there really? So yeah, I thought nice bit of purple. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? The MGF would look good in that colour. Mogging and mewing. Hello Mustard says, hooked on classics. Hello Simone. I could make boats and wooden teeth. Imagine all of those skills in graves with Imagine all of those skulls engraved with nice white teeth. Smack the like button, folks, says Hooked on Classics. Thank you for pointing that out, actually. Tonight, that's what he already wears. No disrespect, but Boaty will look mad with new teeth. Well, you certainly would notice it, that's for sure. How is Mad Mike? Not seen him on any live stream for a while. No, I haven't either, actually. And he's another one of these people that I need to phone up, speak to. I just haven't got around to it. So I get distracted at work doing not really work things, but video things more than anything. And the time just goes by unbelievably quickly. I need a 36-hour day. I really would like that. Oh, shit. That sounds like my car alarm. 1 second. Yeah. Why is it doing that? That's rather annoying, it was. Don't know what triggered that. At least the alarm works. Yeah, it does, but they're rather annoying, actually, really. You know, with car alarms, they do nothing but actually encourage your car to get stolen in the first place. Because what people do when they have the car alarm that keeps going off, then they'll go and leave it unlocked just as not to upset the neighbours. Now, let's make some tea of sorts. A cat, probably. I don't know about that. I've got no idea what this is going to be like, or even to do with it. Mike seems like such a nice fellow. He's a very good chap, indeed. Very good chap. Right, now, I think it's going to be really bitter, so what I'm actually going to do is put a little bit of honey in there and see what it's actually like then. I think you can get all... That was my car alarm again then. An old cup full of ginger tea. Just seems a shame to waste it. What will it be like? Smells like honey, smells like ginger. Oh, wow, that's really strong. Yeah, I like it. Oh, what a fantastic idea. Right, so the next step then is, I believe, then you cook it again, but with sugar this time. But Should have tried it with honey, as I said, just because honey's a much nicer type of sugary thing anyway. But look, people have come back anyway, so let's read some comments out yet again. Mustard's car has been nicked in alive. That would be something, wouldn't it? Somebody nicking his TF must be blind. I reckon so, because it's not TF, it's an F. Mike was on Bolty's live stream a couple of weeks back, or half a week back. I believe he's having more chemo treatment, but at the time he was bearing up. Yeah, it's a very, very unpleasant thing, isn't it? Right, so more water in there. Why do you need to strain off the old water though? I don't really get that. When just to make tea with. Oh! That's too gingery, that. 1 big spoon of honey. 2 big spoons of honey. 3 big spoons of honey. Let's go for a 4th one as well. And leave that in there. Now, it might not even be enough altogether. You know, I'm learning myself as I go along. Oh, by the way, for those wanting me to take my socks off, I've already done it because I went outside without putting my shoes on because I wanted to get out there quickly, and now my socks are wet. Mike is a good guy. He's a very good guy. I've known Mike nearly 3 years actually. Can think of it because he bought a car from me, and he was that happy with the car that he used it for a film production. He got paid to actually supply a car, and he said, "I'm going to just give it you back once I've finished with it," and he did, which was very, very nice of him. Sky, what's that? Sky IAC Live. Tea recipe. Take a tea bag and put it in the bread. On the bread. Put it on the bread. Tea recipe. Take a tea bag, put it on the bread. Now you have a sandwich with tea. That's interesting. Speaking of grand fellows, any sightings of a legroman recently or lately? Yeah, just the other day, on Monday, in fact, I saw a legroman as he just had an impromptu visit to the yard. Which, well, you can see him just about in yesterday's video from the edit of the doings of Mustard and Bosie. I don't ever like that. Fishing with Chris. What's in the fish tank? Fish. What you really mean is what kind of fish? It's a selection of your tropical fish, such as your rosy barbs and your stripy things and your rummy noses and penguin tetras and platies. Just the kind of stuff that's all quite easy to get. None of it's rare. Of course, I should have prefaced with now then. Yes. Quinn's. It's glasses time, I reckon. I'm starting to struggle. This always happens. Once I've been reading comments out for a bit, then I start to struggle as the eyes just aren't really reacting quickly enough. And I don't really want to get names wrong that much. Quinn Sirity. Would you rather have your elbow grow or your knee grow? Or your... Right, I almost fell for that one, didn't I? I almost fell for that. And I'm sure that somebody asked that the other day. The trouble is, I'm used to those kind of questions that are perfectly innocent from people like Wendy Miller. And then they're really funny. They're funny if there's no joke in there. He's got the resilience of being a Welsh boyo. He has indeed. What kind though? Yes, and what else have I got in there? That's mostly it. Oh, the torpedo barbs as well. Very interesting question. I hope it gets answered, Quinn. Would you rather... Oh, right there. Yeah, very interesting question. My children tried that one on me the other day. I didn't say it. Hello, Mustard. Sorry I'm late to your live, everyone. But you don't have to be sorry. I'm just grateful for your company anyway. Oh, a foot runs away screaming. Yes, maybe we need to help you get over this thing for being fearful of feet. Because there's no need. You don't need to be scared of feet, ever. Knees seem to be a growth industry. Might be worth investing in. Mine aren't good today. Defo need a new one before it goes. Oh, the glass is gallivanting. Looks like a good gallivanting. Yeah, well, most people find that once you get beyond 40, that's when your eyes start to give you problems. It's awful. It really is awful because from here I haven't got a clue what I'm reading, so I have to take them back off. And then there's this great period of adjusting that is quite uncomfortable. Ginger's good for your eyes. Is that what you just said then? You need ads like Smashing Pistons so you can go and take a break. Ads with titles such as food. Oh, Barry, right, okay. Is adverts within a live stream? Is that what you're saying? How can you do that? Don't you need to? You need to be you need to be partnered first. You all socks over your feet. That's knee good. Sorry, I didn't even see the joke there because I'm too busy trying to read it rather than actually understand it. That happens sometimes. 1 second. Sorry, I'm sort of lost here. Lost here again. Oh, right, it's because Steve, you retracted your message. Simon makes his own adverts. Oh, right, oh, I see. Right. That is probably not a bad idea. Could advertise your own channel, couldn't you? Or advertise something that doesn't even exist. Do you know what? Maybe ginger tea would make a good replacement for beer because it has some of that thing about it where it's an acquired taste. You don't just glug it back. It's kind of like, all those kind of expressions like one might have with a beer. So, cheers everybody. Chin up. Have some ginger tea instead of ginger beer. It's very good indeed. Oh. Which are great. Oh, right, I see. Steve Perry, the rear bumper on Nigel would look good in charcoal to break up the blue. I haven't got one in that colour, that's the only thing. It's okay spraying a filler flat, but not a whole bumper. You could advertise Boaty's moustache, says Dick Dastardly. I'm not sure you can twerk as well as Simon. Oh, I'm not sure I can either. Silly little lads, you can do them in Spike Milligan style. I always enjoy quaffing my dad's ginger wine. I like ginger wine as well. Ginger wine tastes just like that, but like really, really sweet. Ginger tea could replace beer if you put vodka in it, says Cheeseburger. Yeah, I suppose it could, couldn't it? 108 watching now. Numbers that we can all dream of. They just go up and down, though, that's the thing. They come in, they just come from nowhere, and then they just disappear again. I don't know who they are. I do know that I end up with quite a few subscribers after I finished a live stream, which I'm always really rather grateful for. But I don't know who they are usually. Are you a dad? Sorry for asking. Asks Preppy J's 242. Well, yes, I am. You don't have to be sorry for asking, but I am interested in why you would ask. Yeah, you could just tell me. Why do you need to know? Love your energy, by the way. Oh, thank you very much. I do try and have some energy in, well, everything really. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy Quinn. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you pointing that out. When somebody says don't forget to like, it does make me think, oh, is it time to go? And it might be soon, actually, come to think of it, because it is 10 past 10. Regarding panels on Nigel, do you reckon the colours on there are going to stay like that now? Well, it's, yeah, I do. I do. There's nothing there that I think needs to change. Even the tailgate, I'm not entirely sure about that one, but definitely the bonnet, definitely the red door with the red strippy bit afterwards, definitely the other blue door, the sonic blue door as well. I think the contrast between the bits like that are just right. Even the silver wing, you know, I don't really like silver, but it's a really good contrast, so it works. Could do repainting the arbor green bumper though, because it's a bit flat, a bit dull in places. First thing I did. I didn't know if it was offensive for asking. It's not offensive. It's not offensive. It's just, I was just curious, that's all. I think love your energy means that you're loving your vibe, your aura, an epic character, your aura and character, etc. Sorry, I'm useless at reading because it's too small. Rob Joe. I was gonna say the more contrasting colours look good, and I agree. You know what? Nobody ever says to me, "Oh, that car's really stupid. You're going to paint it all gold." Well, actually, I say nobody says that. A few people have done. They really haven't got the idea of what it's all about at all. The majority of people really seem to get it, which is nice. Oh, well, hello. Right, hello. Right, let me read this one out because I can't see your name. Oh, Lethal Idiots. Yes. One of my favourite names from the other day. Hi again. Hello. We should steal Nigel and paint him white, says Cheeseburger. Crescent the Wolf. Do you support furries? I probably don't know what you mean, actually. I'm sorry. What are furries? Do you mean like cute animals? Wasn't great to have as well. Bet your girls especially love you to bits, and wife they are lucky to have you. That's a very nice thing of you to say, Steve. Maybe they think that. Maybe they think, oh, good, he's downstairs doing a live stream. That means he's not talking to us. Great. Daniel Vazwale. Good afternoon. I hope your day was good. It was okay. It wasn't as productive as I would have liked. The colours complement each other well, thank you. How's your day been? It says Preppy. It's been okay. It's been okay. All my days are pretty much documented on my other YouTube channel. For anybody that doesn't know who's watching at the moment, it is Project Nigel. It's nothing like this. It's better. I drink a lot of chamomile tea when I'm on break from drinking, says Barry Scrotter. What happened to your laptop? Couldn't you get a comment on that on an old phone while streaming? I need to get another phone or something. My laptop just won't switch on. Yeah, I can't get it to switch on, so there's nothing really much I can do with it. I'm going to add a bit more sugar to this actually, because I don't think we've got enough in there. So I'm going to put some brown sugar in there. And I give it a stir up. And for anybody that's about to ask, what are we cooking? The answer is crystallized ginger, and then ginger tea, which I have drunk most of already. Yeah, it's on the list of things to eventually get around to doing. Is either get the laptop fixed or get another phone, because actually another smartphone would be good for videoing, or actually having before the other one broke completely, I was using that one as my internet phone and this one just as a camera phone. So this could be left uninterrupted, filming all sorts of things, whilst the other one was doing the usual phone jobs. Was it dark green wing that came off a 25? The young lad loved. Yes, it was. It was indeed. That was a really weird situation. That when I picked the car up and there was a boy who was only about 4 or 5 or something, and he was crying his eyes out at his mummy's car being taken away, but she didn't care for it. But for some reason he really did. But the car was way beyond really doing much with it. It was just a 25 that had been battered. That wing was good, but the rest of it wasn't. It had a smashed windscreen. The interior was soaking wet. The engine didn't want to start, and someone had stolen the cat off it as well. And it was just a standard 25. And I knew there's no way I was going to buy it to put back on the road. I was going to take it for parts, and that was really it. Whether we'd get any enjoyment whatsoever out of knowing that that wing is now on a car that still lives, I don't know. Say no, says Rover Joe. Hello, I'm back, says Lethal Idiots. No to furries, says Rover Joe. Well, I don't know what they are. It's going to be another thing where someone's going to have to explain it to me, isn't it? Ah, right, here we go. Greenwood. This is going to be good. Furries are people who get their kicks from dressing as animals and doing naughty things with each other and pooing in trays, acting like cuddly toys. I think the answer is no. Thank you for letting me know that. Gosh, that was funny. I'm learning quite a lot on these live streams, you know. Bizarre people, says Joe. What's that? Beepsies. How do you turn on comments? Because when I go live, comments won't turn on. There's a little button at the bottom there that is a little button that looks like a speech bubble, and you press that and it gives you 3 options. Union Jack would look nice on the roof, says Jimmy Quinn. Well, honestly, I think I might make it just a bit cheesy, and that has been suggested before, and I don't like it that much, really. It's a wall of mirrors, I really want to get my bonnet painted. It's still covered in grey primer. I would do too. I'm new here, says Preppy, and also, what's your favourite colour? It's green. Lol cheesy. I know about a lot of kinks. I'm 13 and back, says Chloe Harrison. I didn't think we had. Right, okay. I thought it was kind of surprised there. Anybody being under 18 on here actually? It doesn't matter too much, but it's not a live stream for minors. Put it that way. Lots of things, Tracy, says Jimmy. Some favourite Waterloo Sunset. Just a clear coat of primer, that's what Ford do. Also, my sister lives in Norwich. I'm getting some pictures sent to me from Julie Irvine. Decided that furries are a gender choice and thus are protected and need their own toilets. Does anybody think that isn't a step too far? I'd quite like to have that conversation with somebody that wouldn't just take offence at me saying that doesn't make any sense. So it really doesn't to me. Sorry, I'm just whizzing through some comments here. Beebsies, I need help, please. Greenwing, if that's anything to do with me growing up, I'd like to know Nigel's part of his car. I reckon he'd be chuffed. Possibly, or maybe not. I've just told you how to do that, Beebsies. How you turn on comments. And it doesn't work on mine. Well, I don't know then. I'm not a YouTube expert. All I know is that if you carry on trying, it's usually the best way. If you can't figure something out straight away, keep trying. Eventually, you figure it out. It just works. You need a bit of perseverance. A bit of perseverance goes a long way. Certainly goes further than asking for instructions and not taking them. Put a night on the roof of Nigel. That would be different. It would be actually, yeah. Cheesy, the Ford Fiesta we had several paint faults and was going to be disappointed. Ford weren't bothered. Maybe controversial these days to say it, but there's only two genders. I don't really see why it should be controversial. I really don't. I think I might have mentioned actually that at one point I made a comment on a thing on Facebook for flat earthers. This thing just really amused me, and I commented on it. And then ever since then, I've just had suggestions all the time, and I want to stay out of it because it is utter nonsense. And how anybody in this day and age could possibly believe that NASA and governments are lying to us about the shape of the Earth is just hilarious. It's just hilarious. What would they have to gain out of it? Why would they want us to think that we live on a globe if we don't? What could possibly work there? But anyway, I keep seeing these things and I can't resist. I end up reading them, and it's just I get to the point where I don't understand how it can be possible that people could believe such nonsense and then type out things calling people globetards and say that we need to wake up. And I relate it a little bit to that you know, I'm all for free speech. I'm all for people to have equality and to have their own opinions and things. And I don't get in the way of anybody with what they want to do and what they want to be. But furries and things like that, it's kind of backwards. We can't progress as humanity with that kind of thing. Convince me otherwise. Hi, what you making? Oh, I got properly slated for saying it once. Yeah. What am I making? I've forgotten now. Oh yeah, ginger. Crystalised ginger. That's it. The Mogger Nation is beyond the ice wall. Flat earthers believe that we're on the rise. Flat earthers believe they're on the rise. Apparently, it's all around the globe. That joke's been done loads. If the earth was flat, cats would pushed everything off the edge by now. Yes, exactly. Flat earthers are well-rounded people. I thought the earth was square. And the moon is made of cheese. Boaty lives in the Peak District. That's why he needs brakes. Big Clive is funny, allegedly. Now, I saw this one before, but saying something about, look, explain this, globetards. Showed a river that ran one way and then another river running the other way, and saying if gravity really does work, how come this river's flowing upwards? It's like, can you really be asking that? That's not the direction that gravity goes. It pulls in, not along. And I think I put on a comment somewhere, it's like trying to teach a chicken how to knit a sock. Nigel wants a pirate flag on the roof. He doesn't want, you don't want anything with, the roof is gold. I think the roof should remain that way. It's a gold car. The only bits that aren't gold are the bits that you can take off and replace with something else. This tea's getting cold. Apparently, beyond the ice wall, there was another bigger ice world and other worlds. Well, maybe. And from what I gather, they don't even believe in space. So everything's contained within this dome. And there's nothing else beyond that. Like nothing. Nothing exists. And all the stars that we see are just projections. They don't think to try and explain who made that in the first place then. Barry, I think the boating picture would be nice on the roof. That'd be quite scary, actually. I don't know about that. Barry, bad for hugs, though. Hulk Hogan's Tights. That's a cool name. Just wondering what type of mysteries your ponytail holds. Yep, good. Nice joke. Nice one indeed. Sounds like one of those Super Mario Brothers. The reasons I like Nigel is because I had a jumper that my mum made that was different colours in the 80s, where every section was a different wool and colour. And loved by everyone. Completely unique. I had street cred, which is what I have, incidentally. Yeah. I only just realised it. That's what I've got, is street cred. To drive a car around like that and not be embarrassed. Yeah, that takes balls. The kind of balls that can be seen from the other side of a cricket field. And, people understand it, don't they? So Nigel reminds me of that jumper, and I like that. Angelino XD says, hi, hello. Rob Joe, have you heard of Doggerland? But have you heard of Moggerland? Violetta Anatsa. Hi, right, yes, hello. Do you have a PC? I haven't got one, no. Rita says, thing there. Windy Miller is here. Windy Miller. Thank you for joining, Windy Miller. Good to see you. Windy Miller starts off his usual entrance into any live stream with the single word of sup. Sup. Yeah. Which is an abbreviation of what's up, isn't it? Or sup. It's a bit too strong. It's still a bit too strong, guys. Trace, the jumper lasted longer than a Rover. Well. Did it though? Have you still got the jumper? I mean, a car or a jumper can last as long as you want it to, can't it? Put a picture of Boaty on the bonnet and watch everyone move out of the way. I don't know what that says. Grubas Deutschland. I guess that reads there, Rita. Oh, right. James Sumner's back. Hi, you okay? You are married, or are you married? James is back. What doing? Can we see the fish? Are you from Scotland? Yes, you can. Yes. There they are, the little chaps. There we go, Windy Miller. There's the fishies. They've been having a great time tonight. I'm not sure why. It's the same as any night, really. Yes, Rover, says James. Nigel should be called Joseph. Well, he... Oh, hang on. I'm undoing that, not tightening it up. But he's called Nigel. Do you know the significance of Nigel? Should I tell you why he's called Nigel rather than Joseph or Alan or Jensen or, I was going to say, Beamish then? Barry, Bentley, Beyonce. I don't know any of these names. There's a reason it's called Nigel and not the others. Oh gosh, I will explain that at some point.
Always.
But just not now. Give me 1 second here. 1 second.
Love you. Night.
Are they actually going to sleep? Yeah. Right. Okay. I'll pop up then. Where's the me? Okay. Good night. And I'm back. Are these going soft yet? Gosh, I'll take a bit of cooking with ginger. An awful lot of cooking. What was I up to? Do you make ginger then? Well, no. Can you say that Skid Biddy toilet is Sigma? Ginger beer, no, it was ginger tea, of which there's still a bit left in there. A little bit of skin now. Is that coffee or tea? James, it's still the same thing I was cooking before, which is the ginger. Ginger coffee, would that be a good idea? With ginger tea, there isn't any tea in there. They just call it tea. It's just ginger water, isn't it? Glow in the dark brake discs are all the rage. It's a multi-purpose, ambiguous greeting, says Windy Miller. Sup Barry, what's new? The Greenwood, just bobbing. Oh, there's a point. Just a bobbing head figure on the dash should get everyone clearing for Wayne Nigel. What's your name? Asks Barry Sumner. And my name is James Cameron. Know a lot of windy people polishing the car turds, etc. Funny, it seems like you're all very well known. I found a random Twitter post where somebody said, ask James Cameron. Ah, right. Was it the Truman Show? Don't Mind Me is here. Hello, Don't Mind Me. Oh, no, she wouldn't do that. Looks like I have to finish off anyway, really, because I've still got a video to edit for tonight, and I haven't even started it. Last night, I was about 2/3 of the way through editing the video that I posted straight after Bolty's live stream. Although that was a decent length, yeah, I didn't have an awful lot to do after I finished the live stream, so that's fine. Whereas tonight, I've got the whole thing. I don't know how long it's going to be. It could be 10 minutes or it could be 15. But I do want to get on and do it because it's about Charlotte Church. And those that know will know what I'm talking about. The good and the bad news of Charlotte Church. So, I think I'm going to just finish this off and get on with that in a moment. But let me just get to the end of these comments first, I think. Alf Wheaton Rita, where you gone? The fish are going in it tonight. Oh, going for it tonight, yes. What are you making now? It's the same thing, James. Right, who's that? Mufasa. Don't forget to like this live stream, and please, if you're not already a subscriber, do some subscribing because it won't do you any harm. Top G. Oh, there's so many comments on the go now, and it's just a shame to be going, but I'm going to have to do really. Cats Forever as well is here. There's no way James Sumner is either 48 or 53. He's 15, isn't he? Or 16, or somewhere like that. Come on, admit it, James. Admit it. Admit it. Because we can all tell. Right. Do you remember me, AJJ? I do remember AJJ, actually. Now, okay, so it is time for me to go. Gosh, I am 53. James, if you're 53, why did you say you was 48 the other day? And if you was born in 1973, you'd be 51, not 53. So, you need to learn to do your sums, I reckon. Are you my wife? Because I want to... Hey? Are you my wife? Because I want to beat you up. Oh no! Look at this now. All the people are coming back again now. That's really quite weird. Right. Okay. So that is going to be it because I've done an hour and 49 minutes. These comments dead ass. I know they're brilliant, aren't they? Some of them. I'm going to have to go. Thank you very much for being here with me tonight. Everyone who's still here, everyone who's was here, and everyone who would be here if I was to hang on for another couple more minutes. Thank you and goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.